live press conference, Bermuda Football League, International Football Festival.
Good afternoon, members of the expanded media. Good to see you guys. Look, today we want to speak to the October 13th go-karting and musical extravaganza. We issued something of a release about a week ago, but we've had a number of developments since then, and we want to release that today. We also want to tell you about the format for that go-kart and musical extravaganza. We can note that the event will be held in the area of Dundonald Street. The go-karting race will go from Dundonald around Dr. E.F. Gordon Square, down right onto Princess Street, and then another right onto Elliott Street and back into Court Street, and they'll do a loop there. We note that the top 5 drivers, including Scott Barnes of the Karting Club and Association, they will do battle on that course. We're now going to talk about an addition of the remote control element of this. and for that, we want to speak to Brother Richie, we know him as, Linwood Richardson, of Soul Food Promotions and, of course, of the Hobby Zone. We want to make it a total family event. And so Brother Richie will bring on board this other remote control element and demonstrations that will, I'm sure, excite not just the younger members of our community, but their parents. Yeah. Brother Richie.
I mean, Bermuda has a... Okay. All right. Close. Yeah. That's good. Cool. But yeah, speaking to that, from my own personal experience, Bermuda has a long history and heritage in RC, aka remote control, from boats, planes, cars, and up to this day, very much so still. So this is opportunity for not just the hobbyists, but even just the recreational RC enthusiasts to come out and see some awesome things. We have connected with Quincy Aberdeen of TQ Hobbies. He's the basically the sole retailer for hobby grade vehicles and all sorts of stuff. He's going to be there with a tent. We're going to have G&G Entertainment featuring various merchandise that you're going to like. So we're going to have stuff that the kids can enjoy. We're going to have our RC cars on display. Some may get the opportunity to drive them, but also sending out a clarion call, man, to the guys that are out there that do drive and are part of the associations that race on the south side. This is an opportunity for them to come and showcase their skills in a fun way, in an exciting way, to engage the community and show people that may not get to see it on a regular, to see something totally different, and it's going to be off the chain. The music is going to be awesome, provided by Trinity Sound, Good Time Entertainment, and you're going to be hearing music that everybody from your grandbaby to your grandmama is going to be able to enjoy. So I'm telling you folks, come out, support it. I'm just looking forward to, even with my partner Detroit being in Club Hobby Zone, this opportunity to also feature the boys that we have been mentoring from 2015, and so a lot of our older, as we call Hobby Zone soldiers, will be actually there to drive, showcase their skills. They will also be helping to facilitate the various fun zone features. So as the coming weeks go on, just as more details are released, we're going to have some more details for you. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that should be exciting. We talk a bit with one of our committee members, Dennis Bean, who will talk about the safety measures in just a moment. But look, last week we noted that we're going to have some celebrities out here, the local celebrities, and we noted we're at the center here, and Charlie Marshall, the director here, Charlie Marshall of cricket fame, will be one of the drivers in the celebrity race. Gennaro Tucker. No, they don't know much about driving. That's what's intriguing about it. Gennaro Tucker, Mark Pettingill, Zach from Lindo's, and we sent out an invite to Gary Moreno of Bermuda Broadcasting, and we are looking to see if these folks really want to come into the community. We're looking for them in an exciting way. But seriously, we also expect next week to announce a celebrity women's lineup, because we're going to have some women racing. And I can tell you right off that Teresa Perazzi has already agreed to come on board as one of the celebrities, as is Gina Spence, Dr. Gina Spence. And we'll release next week a few others. So it's coming together. We're going to look out for the safety of the bystanders as well as the carters. And Dennis, if you can elaborate on that as to how we're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Rick. We've already arranged for barricades to be bought, and the Corporation of Hamilton now are really assisting us in a great way in providing the electricity and whatever's necessary for this day and this event. The barricades will be up, they will be there. We will have marshals to make sure that no one runs in the way of the traffic, especially when the race is on, and the various events. Mr. Richardson has been very keen about looking out for people attempting to cross the streets and whatnot and so forth. So we're asking for compliance on behalf of the general public to just see what's happening and be mindful with your children. It's a fun day. We're going to have it. We're going to bust loose, but just be mindful that there's a need for a measure of responsibility. There are going to be barricades on every corner. There are going to be marshals there. They're not going to be lit up like neon lights, but there are going to be people moving about that's just going to caution people about trying to cross the paths and so forth, because this is a serious event. It's a fun event. And we need to be just mindful of that, of the safety aspect.
Indeed. So the Minister, Mr. Weeks, the Honourable Michael Weeks, is supporting our event, and we may yet get him to drive one of the go-karts. There's going to be a peace drive-through by Pastor Leroy Bean. We have also invited a couple of other pastors that we will release next week. David Barboza of the Karting Club and the association, who sets things up down at Southside, is the guy who is handling all of the matters relating to the go-karts with us. Yeah, so we want to note that. And again, we can release also that this will serve as a dry run for the Labor Day holiday next year, and that Labor Day holiday weekend, where we expect to even add to the program at that time. So we are looking for things to go through smoothly. We're glad that the colleagues, that we are collaborating with the groups in the area, and listen out, because we've got a few more things coming up.
The other thing that we need to mention is that the community is definitely going to be involved. We're looking to enhance the area as far from a business standpoint. The businesses will still be active and on, and there'll be a number of people out there that are really able to look around and really get a sample of what this area is really like and what it has to offer. Yeah. And so just stay tuned, because some nice things are taking place.
If I could just add what's really significant about this, and Dennis can relate, or Mr. Bean, Brother Bean, that we guys have been out here, spent a lot of time just out here in doing various projects, a lot of times to just outreach and bring some sort of excitement or life. Me as a DJ, or we guys, I mean, remember handing out soup. So to be able to collaborate with, number one, a local icon in both of you guys, but to bring something like this to North Hamilton, it excites me. Amen. As somebody that's sometimes just out there solo. So to bring this sort of event to North Hamilton at this level and caliber, it's exciting.
So we appreciate the collaboration.
Yeah. Questions?
Yeah.
You've given us the event, but you haven't given us a date and time and where.
So we're giving out press releases, but it's October. We are on October 13th. It'll start around 4 o'clock. Now, there will be other things set up much earlier, as Brother Richie has indicated. But the racing will start around 4 o'clock, and our event will go through until around 8. We expect to have some lighting in the area. Go-karts will not be racing in the dark. At the conclusion or near the end, we will have performance by the United Dance production ladies, and it'll be rounded out by Mitchell Live Wires and the Gumbes. There'll be an amazing Gumbe troupe out to finish it off. We have also, and will confirm next week or in a couple of days, but right now we have in principle agreement for the Bermuda Regiment band to march through and to start the whole proceedings. So it's official.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. It's nice.
You mentioned this being a precursor to a grander event.
Yes.
Labor Day next year.
Yes.
Tell us how you see the two events coming together.
So actually what, you know, at the outset, I was talking to, and we had the total blessing of the Bermuda Industrial Union President Chris Ferbert. The corporation, we made a presentation to their board, and it was initially approved to happen around Labor Day. But we didn't have the time to get with these brothers who we could collaborate with and build. So what we said to the corporation, let us do this. Let us build it with a view to having it next year around Labor Day, where normally what we have on Labor Day is this. The Bermuda Industrial Union has its speeches, there's some marching, and then there's very little after that. We want to build it into an amazing family day, as we see in other jurisdictions. So we will basically have some continuity from that which the Bermuda Industrial Union organizes and produces, and with their blessing, we will just follow on. We're coming down from Dr. E.F. Gordon's Square. We will invite folks to be there for the day, and we'll take it through the evening in a major way. And there are some other surprises on that that we'll announce at some point. A hint of that, we had a few drivers that wanted to come in for the Labor Day. Go-karting, I've found out, is huge on the eastern seaboard, just as other forms of racing. And as Richie notes, our community is very much in tune to the NASCAR events and similar events. Scott Barnes most recently drove overseas. The media had that story, and he's driving through the streets of these cities that are setting up similar events as that which we are trying to do here. So we see, let's do it right, let's have families out, and let's do it again around Labor Day holiday.
So just to clarify in the future for the Labor Day event.
Yes.
You're looking at the time, as far as timing is concerned, you're looking at it kicking in right after the march.
That's right, right after the march. So as we had it planned and spoke to Mr. Ferbert of the BIU, they wind up around 1 o'clock. And so we had planned to go strong from there. And with the additions that we have now of the remote control vehicles and the demonstrations that we can have, as well as the go-karting and the music, I think we can put together an amazing program.
And this is something you're looking to have become a yearly feature.
That's right. And as I said, we made an impassioned presentation to the corporation. The minister has come on board and gives it thumbs up and his blessing. So I think we're on the path to producing something exceptional for our Labor Day. Yeah. Yeah, we did mention that wouldn't be possible without the input from David Barboza, who brings equipment, knowledge. They're going to have monitors out there. They're bringing their flags for the route. They're going to do it up. So we appreciate that they're coming to bring their expertise to this collaboration. Yeah?
I have a question. What are the vehicles limited to in this event? Like, what's the vehicle limitation? Is it just karting and and RC?
So
Is there
we are aware, and we've had some input from some of the guys who have what I call miniature scramblers.
Yeah.
They're smaller,
Yeah.
and we are working on that now, and we wanted to make an announcement next week, because you may very well see these guys more in exhibition than racing. Yeah, remember, we want to ensure the safety of everyone. We've been talking to Barboza and the karting guys for the last couple of months, so they're fine-tuned it. I mean, I'll let on something. We wanted to come down Princess, and I'm looking out because we're right next to Princess, and turn onto Angle Street. And the go-karting guys walked through, and they said, look, that would be pure mayhem, because this turn is just too tight. You know, scrambling guys might love it,
Right.
but trying to get 5 cars through that we're racing at a time on our roads, it didn't look enticing to them. But rest assured, we are going to involve other vehicles, put it that way. And we'll make some announcements in a couple of days that will add to this program. Should be exciting.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Cool.
good question.